So this is my prayer chair. This is where I begin my day, and I have to say it is my favorite part of the day. And I'm going to show you the things that I have around me that help me pray. I always have a cup of coffee, which doesn't necessarily help me pray, but in some ways it does. And then I have my day timer and my phone, which I try not to look at right away, but it's a part of inviting God into my day and bringing my concerns to God. And I have this stack of books over here. I don't use all of them, but I use some of them almost every day. And I try to just be open to where God wants to lead me in prayer. I always pray for one country in the world. I flip through this whole calendar. I just lift them up to God. These top two are the ones I use the most. I will tell you about them in a moment. This is my Bible, of course. This is Earth Gospel, which I talked about in my sermon last Sunday. This is a book of poetry, and I usually try to include poetry. This is Howard Thurman, African American, that I heard about from several African Americans, and I'm trying to be more inclusive in how I get prayers. This is a book on the Trinity that I love, that I'm looking at, and this is my journal. Way too many things, but right now in Advent, I am reading a little bit from this book I talked about last Sunday about living the Christian year. That's helping me pray through Advent and know about the scriptures and the prayers. And this is what I use every day. Give Us This Day, a daily devotional, interestingly enough, put out for Catholics. But it has art, and it has scriptures, and it has prayers, and it also talks about the saints, so I love that too. After I spent about 15 minutes looking at that, I spent a lot of time with my journal, and in the back I have prayer requests that have many of you and concerns for the world and our mission partners. And then I pray the examine. I write what happened the day before, which helps me and my memory, and also to notice where God is at work in my life. And it also helps me prepare for the day. And I try not to fill too much in my prayer time, though that probably sounds ridiculous to you looking at everything here. More than anything, I want to be awake and aware of God at work in my life and in the world, to lift up my head, to be ready for all that God has for me in the day ahead, and to take it just one day at a time. So that's what this prayer time helps me do, and I love it, and I love you. So I hope this is helpful in some way, and I especially hope that you're finding your own way to pray. It won't look like mine. Anyway, there you have it.